That's the craziest thing when people be like, "Oh, I dealt with it. How you deal with it? I just moved on from it."
Yeah.
It's like, no, you didn't. But then
research.
Yeah, if you took a beach ball to the beach and you're in the ocean and you got your two hands on top of this ball and you're pushing it under the ocean, like you suppressed it. Like it's no longer on the surface anymore.
Right.
But eventually, when you get tired, when you move your hands, what's the beach ball going to do? It's going to pop right out of the water.
Okay.
And that's how it is. What I saw from you, it's like, yeah, for those 2 years, I held that beach ball down under that water. Like you ain't see what I was going through. Nobody ain't see the pain or the hurt that I was dealing with. But eventually I got tired and I had to remove my hands.
Right.
And now you're going to have to deal with everything that I suppressed for those 2 years is now going to come back to the surface.
That first clip, when he's talking about that beach ball, he's talking about holding it down and holding it down until there's so much pressure that it just, he's saying that a beach ball is an analog to his suppressed feelings. That in both cases, he's trying to hold him down underneath this liquid tension, underneath the surface, so that he doesn't have to deal with them. But why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? All to admit in the end that eventually that beach ball has to come back up. And he's got to deal with the repercussion of that. That the very act of holding the emotions under the surface, the beach ball under the surface, drains his own energy. Are y'all seeing the parallel? He's talking about in a relationship. I'm saying that whether we're talking about in a relationship or whether we're talking about macro society, that's exactly what the Spartans were doing. And working so hard to keep their society under control, which is to say they're working so hard to keep their own fear under control by manipulating other people in the society, that eventually the very act of trying to accomplish that goal strained their civilization until it collapsed. You do that same thing in an individual relationship and you strain your body system, your psychoneurological ecosystem until you collapse. There's got to be another way. What did we learn today? We learned that the principle is that love cannot be controlled because love is the energy of the whole. And then we click and now we see that dude, just that little click that I didn't see coming. He's saying, listen, she says, well, when do you feel best? And he says, well, when you're just there for me, right? When I get that attention. Ah, okay. You mean when you're restored back to that loving wholeness. When somebody can hold a mirror up of what love looks like and you can see it and you can feel it. Now you're back. Oh, I see. That's why we go back to that principle. Love cannot be controlled because love is the energy of the whole. That all control is based on conditioning your thinking, splitting it into little chunks, cutting up the whole totality of reality and cutting it into parts, and then turning those parts against each other. But we learned that the path forward was to act from that unconditional energy of the whole. We learned that path forward was to act from that unconditional energy of the whole.